Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back with another Fortnite tip and tricks video for you guys. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my 3 best tips and tricks when it comes to winning in Fortnite and how to win more gunfights in Fortnite. I feel like this video is really going to help you guys out, so make sure you stay to the end of the video. And before we get into it, I'm going to be doing a V-Buck giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 2,000 V-Bucks. If you guys want a chance to enter, all you have to do is drop a like in this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and leave a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. So make sure you guys are entered. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my 3 best tips in Fortnite and how to improve and just how to get better at Fortnite, how to win more gunfights, and ultimately how to win more games. And the first tip I want to be giving you guys and breaking down is a building tip, because I think building is still very, very important in Fortnite. If you want to be good at Fortnite, you got to be able to build quick, you got to be able to outbuild opponents, especially with the spray meta and just how fast you get gunned down from your ramps. So it's really important that you put extra layers on your ramps. So stuff like double ramp rush with walls is really important. But there's one thing in particular that I've been using in game to game that's been very, very effective for helping me win more gunfights and ultimately just to win more games. And that ramp push is the floor ramp wall. That is the most effective thing that I've been using in my game to games to help me win more gunfights, because people just spray you down. So adding that extra layer is very, very important, because if not, if you try to just ramp rush with a wall, and you're just gonna get gunned down super quick. So it's really important that you put as many layers as you possibly can when you're building. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what that looks like and exactly how to do it, so you guys can put it into your game too. This is something that I would say maybe medium difficulty at best, because it's really not that hard. Once you get it down, you'll have it. Just learning it initially can be a little bit challenging because you've never done it before, or maybe you just don't do it very often. But once you have it down, it's super simple. I'll give you guys a little trick to do it that is going to make it so easy to do, and you guys are going to get it right away. So here, I'm going to show you guys exactly what it looks like, and it's just basically a ramp, and then you want to put a floor, and then you want to put a wall. You want to put it in that order because that is the best order to put it in. I'm going to explain why, but that is ramp, and then floor, and then wall. It looks like it's really quick, but honestly, I'm going to show you guys a little trick that makes it super simple to do, and you can do it every single time. And this is something that's really the reason why it's so effective to use, and something you guys need to learn in game, is because if someone's below you, which a lot of times if you're ramping 2 people, they're going to be below you because you want to get that high ground. They're going to be shooting from under you. The ramp with the wall is really good if someone's like a little bit out, because they can't shoot from under you and just destroy you in one piece. So if they're right below you, then you want to put the floor, because that means they have to shoot out 2 layers. Because if you just put the floor and then the ramp, what they can do is literally just shoot out your ramp if they're right below you and then knock you down right away. But if you put that floor, it's going to make it a lot harder, and it's going to buy you a little bit more time. Okay, so I'm going to explain exactly how you can do this the easiest way possible. So you want to put the ramp, of course, you want to put that first, and then immediately after, as you're running up that ramp, then you want to put the floor panel down, and then after that, then you want to put the wall. You want to make sure you do it in this order, because it is the easiest way to do, and a lot of times what can happen is you can cuck yourself. So if you're trying to build and you do it too fast or you do it too soon, you can put the wall right in front of you instead of behind the ramp, and that's really, really annoying. So you always want to make sure that you always have to do it when you get to the top of the ramp. Because if not, if you're like halfway up the ramp, like right here, then you're going to cuck yourself and put the wall in front of you. So you have to make sure you're on the top of the ramp or upwards of the ramp. So that's really important. And the thing with the reason why you would want to put the floor panel first is because you can place it down faster than you can place the wall. So from right here, I can put the floor panel down, but I couldn't place the wall from there. Because if I placed the wall right there where I put the floor panel down, it would have been in front of me. So that's the order and exactly why you want to do it in that order. So when it comes to actually building this, for me, I play on Xbox. For some people, I was actually just trying to look at it. I don't know how anybody can play claw. Like, I'm being completely honest. I don't know. For you guys who can play claw and you guys can build quickly with claw, I mean, just congrats to you guys, because there's no way I could possibly do it. But what makes it easy for me is what I do. I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. So basically, of course, I'm on Builder Pro. Assuming that you're on Builder Pro, I had the left trigger down. I press the left trigger, and then after that, I press the right bumper. And then from the right bumper, I kind of like drag my finger down to the right trigger, so I don't like take it off really. I'm trying to explain this the best way I can. So I press the left trigger first, and then I press the right bumper, and then I slide it down to the right trigger. So it's a little bit faster, it's a little bit smoother. Or if you want, if it's a little bit easier for you guys, you could use 2 fingers for the right side. So of course you press the left trigger down to build the ramp, and then you could have your pointer finger to place the floor, and then you could have your middle finger to place the wall. So you can kind of alternate that way. That's another really easy way too, if you guys can't understand or get the way I was talking about. I guess if you're playing claw, that'd probably be the easiest way to do it, because if you're building with the 2 fingers, your middle finger is on the trigger, is definitely on the shoot button, And for me, I can't aim when I have my middle finger on the shoot button because it's just like, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel normal because I don't play on claw. I have an elite controller, so that's what I've been playing on. And it's just kind of weird to aim with that. But of course, if you're playing on a claw, it might just ultimately be easier just to have your index finger on the right bumper and then have your middle finger on the right trigger. So that's pretty much my best way of explaining how to do it. It's kind of hard to explain it without actually showing you guys. But basically, like I said, all I do is when I press the left trigger down to build the ramp, I have my right finger on the right bumper and I kind of just like drag it down to the right trigger. I don't actually like really like lift it off. The only time I lift it off is when I go back to the right bumper just to start the ramp rush over again. But it's really easier for me because I just drag it from the left or from the right bumper down to the right trigger. It's just easier for me. It's just the way I like doing it. Some people can do it other ways. But like I said, this is extremely important that I would definitely start putting into your game if you don't already, especially in Season 5 and how fast the drum gun and the scar can just melt through your walls left and right. So it's definitely something that I would put into your game. It's really going to help you guys out, especially winning those gunfights when it comes to, you know, build fights or even just rushing a guy. It's really important they don't get shot out every single time when you're rushing. So it's definitely something that I would recommend putting into your game. Okay, so my second best tip to give you guys in Fortnite would definitely have to do with positioning in Fortnite. And positioning in Fortnite is extremely important because when you have good positioning, well, first of all, it's really important that you have it in especially duos or squads. Really, when you're down a player or you have to fight off multiple guys, it's really important that you have good positioning. And kind of what I mean by that, a good way to think about it is to try to have the advantage before you even go into the gunfight. So that can mean getting high ground by building or just getting on top of mountains. Just anywhere you can have some sort of advantage before going into the gunfight is definitely going to save you time after time, especially when you're playing against multiple players, because that is the #1 place that you want to do this. Well, solos is really important too, but if you're playing against multiple players, like in this game where I was facing off squads, in this game I was fighting off, I think it was a team of 3 or a team of 4, because my teammates were fighting off another team, so I was fighting this team up here. And at first, this team had really good positioning on me because they were on top of the hill and I was at the bottom. If they would keep spraying at me from the hill when I was trying to ramp up to them in the first place, I would have never got to them. And they just had really good positioning. So what I had to do is I used the bounce pads to get better positioning. I used bounce pads to get up to them and get the high ground on them to get some sort of advantage. And of course, from there, I use my building to give myself a little bit better positioning just so I can have the best chance possible of trying to kill a squad. Because in squads, you're facing off against 3 or 4 people. You have to have the best positioning the entire gunfight. Because if not, a lot of times you're going to get screwed over from guys who are at the high ground or to your left or to your right. You always want to try to minimize the angles you're getting shot at, and just having a high ground or just making sure that everyone's in front of you or just coming from one angle is really important. And one thing that you can just keep in mind is next time maybe you see a team that you want to go fight, maybe the best thing you can do is say if there's a hill or a building there, any way you can get high ground, because the thing about buildings and mountains is they can't shoot the mountain down, they can't shoot building downs, of course, unless they blow up the entire thing, which is pretty hard to do, especially because they nerfed the C4. So they would have to destroy the entire building to knock it down. So that's really another tip I can give you guys when you're playing duos or squads. If you're standing close to buildings, is they're never gonna, if you're on the high ground on the buildings, they're not gonna knock it down unless they blow up the entire building, which pretty much isn't gonna happen. You're gonna have the high ground as long as you're next to the building, you're gonna have a high ground on them. And probably one of my best tips, my #3 tip, is a really important tip on how to get better at Fortnite and how to get better the fastest way possible. And that's basically, if you guys are not winning a lot of gunfights or you're dying every single time, and the best thing you can do is basically you don't want to be playing slow the entire game, because you're never really going to be a really good player if you're playing slow the entire game. You're camping just to get to the final, just to get to the final team and then losing. You're never going to get better that way, and that's why it's really important. If you feel like you're not very good at Fortnite, or you feel like you really need to improve at Fortnite, the best thing you can do is, I promise, just rush everybody, go tilted towers, go to those high kill areas, and just rush everybody. Get into as many gunfights as you possibly can, because that's ultimately the best way to do it and how to improve at Fortnite the fastest way. And that's just rushing everybody, get into as many gunfights as you possibly can. Because if you're just playing slow the entire game and you're not pushing anybody, the second you get into a gunfight, you're literally just going to lose the gunfight and then have to play another 15-minute game, and you're never ultimately going to get better at the game by playing that way. So if you feel like you need to get better at the game, that's something I would definitely recommend doing, is going to those high kill areas, go tilt the towers every single game. Even if it means you die 9 times out of 10 going to tilted towers, go tilt the towers, and I promise you, you're going to be getting a lot better at the game a lot faster if you're rushing everybody you play against or getting into gunfights, because that's ultimately how you get better at the game. One way for me to improve really fast is I go to those high kill areas, like I said, challenge as many people as I can, get into a ton of gunfights, and then when I die, I like to look back and see why I died. A lot of times I can get cheese. Like I had this one death the other day. It was so bad. It was so dumb. Like this game's trash sometimes. Like I get sometimes you die and this like the game just cheeses you. Like the game absolutely just cheeses you. But a lot of times, most of the deaths, they're not gonna be as bad. And the one I was referring to is I had a shotgun, right? I had a tac. I hit this dude 3 freaking times, bro. I'm not even kidding. I had 150 health. I hit this dude 3 times point blank, and like almost every single pellet hit. And the last shot was like a headshot for 26. I dinked this dude 3 freaking times with my tac, and then he one tapped me in the head with a double barrel. I've never been so mad in my life. Like this game is bad. I hit this dude 3 freaking times with my tac, and then he one shot me with a double barrel for over 150 damage. Like I have no words. I have no words. All my shots are point blank. And like a scenario like that, that's just trash. That's not even me missing my shots. I got hit 3 shots in a row before this guy even before he even saw me. And then he panic shot me once in the dome. Like situations like that, you're like, all right, dude, you're done. Like that's just trash. But more times than not, you can learn from your mistakes and see why you died and get better from that. And alright guys, that's gonna wrap it for this video. Those are probably my best 3 tips, and this is basically my best 3 tips from every single video I've made. I was looking back, there were so many good tips, there's so many other tips that are really important in Fortnite, but I would say these 3 tips are probably gonna make you better at Fortnite and win you the most amount of games in the quickest amount of time. So if you feel like you're struggling in Fortnite, definitely focus on these 3 tips. I guarantee it's really gonna help you guys out. And alright guys, that's gonna wrap it for my video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys learned something, drop a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications. And alright guys, I will see you in the next video.